Eclectically Charged Witch. It's been a hot minute, hasn't it? I don't think I made a video. It was before the pandemic started and everything. I don't know if you can tell, but the setup's a little different. I mean, I'm still behind my witchy room stuff, but I am now standing. I don't know, I feel way more comfortable standing than sitting. I can talk easier. Maybe it's just a way I can use my hands more. Before I get into today's video, today's topic, I wanted to talk about Black Lives Matter movement a little bit and pandemic and all that. So starting with the pandemic, I hope everyone is staying safe and well. Make sure you wear your masks and wash your hands, stay 6 feet apart, all that. I know the masks suck. I work at a warehouse that's hot as hell and I had to wear it for 12 hours a day, 3 days in a row, so that kind of sucks, but it's protecting people. Okay, I'm not trying to get political, just saying that. The next thing, Black Lives Matter. If you disagree, you might as well just leave this page because you really are not welcomed here. And if that hurts your little feelings, sorry, not sorry. It's horrible what the Black community has been going through for years, and we need to band together and get into systemic racism and police brutality. I will list some charities you can donate to below in the description, and also some petitions you can sign, stuff like that. Okay, so today's video. I figured, I was like, Octavia, what should we talk about? Since you're coming back from like, what, a month-long hiatus? I don't know, probably, no, definitely longer than a month. It's been a second. And then I was thinking, well, what's been going on in your life? So this made me come to the conclusion of talking about, oh, also, sorry, side note, you might hear some whining. That's my dog. She's fine, she just is whining because the kitten doesn't want to play with her. And so she just stares at the kitten and whines. Doesn't matter how many times you go there, be like, hey, you need to go outside? And she's like, nah, I just want to whine at the kitten. To the topic. Your path changing, is that okay? Like, just information about your path, like evolving and changing while you're on this journey. Whether it be spirituality, witchcraft, all that, or a mix of both. I have a decent amount of experience with this because I feel like in the short amount of time that I have been a witch and following like more pagan stuff, my path has changed a lot. I first started out as Wiccan, mainly just because what had happened was I had went into a store and I saw the Wikipedia book, and I got it and I started reading it. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is great. In my head, since I didn't know much about it, being raised in a Christian cult for my life, I didn't really know much about witchcraft. All I knew is that my grandmother had had some witch books, like witchcraft books, that had gotten ruined in a flood. So I knew that there was witchcraft and stuff like that, but I didn't know the details. So in my head, I thought maybe Wicca was witchcraft. I actually did believe that the whole Wicca witchcraft thing, same thing. Definitely not. I have a video in my channel talking about that, but it's definitely not. So Wicca is kind of where I started. I did that, I want to say, for about a year. I tried to be Wiccan for about a year. I watched a lot of YouTubers that were Wiccan, and I read a ton of Wiccan books. You can't see my bookshelf, but it's over in this general area. And there's still a decent amount of Wicca books on here. I'm not getting rid of them because I personally believe that it's great to have knowledge of all kinds of different paths, even if you're not following them. It's nice to be knowledgeable. So, Wicca for a while. Then it turned more into eclectic witchcraft and paganism, hence the name of my channel. I was that for pretty much the majority. I was that for a long time, actually, until more recently I've been that. With my eclectic witchcraft and paganism, I really didn't have a set structure for spirituality. I knew that I was drawn more to the stereotypical darker side, just because that's what resonated with me the most. The whole love and light, I have nothing against it. You do you. It just, that didn't resonate with me. Like, I know that balance is important, so the yin yang, I know that how important that is, and like, can't have the light without the darkness and all that. I'm just more drawn to the darkness. I have always been more drawn to the dark. And then I hit a stagnant point right before I became like more inactive here and on my Instagram. I kind of just like disappeared for a while. And that's because I was kind of going through a stagnant part in my craft. I just didn't resonate with what I was doing anymore. It just didn't feel right. So then I started looking into my ancestry because I come from Irish background, Scottish, Scottish, and like Scandinavian area. There's a little bit of French and very small amount, like very, very small, of like Spanish area, not very much at all. So when I looked at my ancestry, I was mainly focusing on the Celtic and the Scandinavian information. So I started looking into Norse mythology and the Celtic mythology and Norse paganism and Celtic paganism, all that. Started looking into that, and I thought, oh, that's really interesting. So I got some books on that, like on druidry, and then was watching YouTubers and reading information about Norse mythology, which I thought was really interesting. But just like everything else, I couldn't make it fit into my life. It just didn't feel right. And so here's where I am now. And so what may you say that is? I am a theistic Luciferian Satanist. So that makes you uncomfortable. You might want to leave. Because I'm not here to defend my beliefs or anything like that. I will answer questions and I might do more videos on it, but that's really where I am. I'm still a witch, still practice witchcraft. It's very eclectic witchcraft, but my theistic views, my spirituality views is in alignment with like theistic Luciferian Satanism, which is really how I view it is like a belief that we are all divine, we are all equal. We do not look up to anything as like, oh, well, we're underneath, or that we have to think that we're sinful and things like that. And when I read the Bible, I don't see Satan as a villain. I mean, if we really want to go on a death count, God killed like 2 million people. Satan killed maybe 10? Okay, I might take that rant out. I don't know. We'll see how comfortable I am with that. But anyway, that's the beliefs I am now. I've got a lot of books on it now. I'm in a congregation for that and everything, and it feels amazing. It feels like I'm home, and I work mainly right now because I'm still very new to this belief system. I'm still learning a lot about it. I work mainly with Lilith and Lucifer. Those are like my two go-tos. They're my go-tos. Okay, I'm gonna have to see if the dog wants to go outside because she is literally driving me insane. I'm back. Hopefully I'm still in the same frame shot that I was in before I left. Where was I? Oh yeah, I was talking about my path. So yeah, so where I'm in now, I'm following more of a theistic, Luciferian, Satanism spirituality, with being a witch. So this channel is not gonna change very much. It's still really gonna be about witchcraft. Like, if you want more information about my beliefs, or you have questions about other beliefs, because like I said, I have a lot of knowledge about multiple different paths, even if I haven't followed them or tried them. I just like learning about everything. And if you have different questions about all kinds of different witchcraft. I mean, other than ones that are closed, I will not answer any questions about any kind of religion, witchcraft, anything like that is a closed practice. I just won't. It's not my place. I'm not the one that practices it, so you should go to someone who does. And they can or cannot answer your questions if they feel inclined to. Okay, so blah, 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 my rambling, that's where I've been, that's why I'm gone, this is what the channel's about. So that's why I've been gone, now I'm back, so there's my journey. A way too long backstory. So the topic of your path. This is pretty much all just leading up to saying that yes, it is okay and it is normal for your path to change. It is okay to start at point A, go to point B, C, D, F, go back to A, go all the way over to Z. Just your path and your journey usually is not linear. I mean, if it is, okay, cool. But normally it's not. You might regress some. You might just go way off to the left field, come back. Anything like that. Doesn't have to be linear. And if you feel drawn to a path, even though, like for me personally, like I said, where my path is now, my background in religion is I was born and raised in a Christian cult. I don't feel like naming the cult, maybe I will me calling it a cult is kind of controversial because there's people that, oh no, they're not a cult. And there are people that, oh, they are a cult. If you haven't been raised in what I was raised in, and if you did not experience it how I experienced it, and if you're not out and left and saw the consequences and everything like that and how it affected your life and like every aspect of your life, you kind of can't say if it's a cult or not. It's a cult. I 100% believe it's a cult. Just anyway, so I was raised in that. And so when I started practicing witchcraft, anything within the darkness kind of terrified me. I didn't want to let it terrify me, but it kind of did, and I was feeling like guilty a little bit because I let those beliefs were still like brainwashed, like stuck in the back of my brain as much as I tried to get rid of them. But now I have reached the point where I don't give a fuck. No fucks are given here. So I just decided the left-hand path, that is where I feel the most comfortable. That is where I feel at home. So that is why I am here. But yeah, so if you're like that and maybe you were raised believing how bad something is and you're just like, oh no, I can't, like I'll do this part of it, but I don't want to do that because it's evil and stuff, or it's this, or what have you. I mean, fine, if that's what you want to believe, go right ahead. To each their own. As long as you're not hurting anyone, as long as you're being nice, caring, and not hurting anyone, I don't care. But if there's any part of you that is like, I kind of want to know, but then I'm scared to, do research. Get some books, watch some videos. Don't get all your information from one source. Multiple sources is great. Just having a wide knowledge of different past beliefs, all that, can help you figure out what you want to do and what fits for you. And if you want to be more of like a neo-pagan or a reconstructionalist, or if you don't even want to be one of those, you want to be more of like a post-Christian belief system, or even a Christian belief system. If you believe in the Abrahamic God and angels and you want to incorporate that into your witchcraft, cool. But yeah, so your journey never has to be linear, and your journey will, if you're not, how I view it is, if your journey and your path is not evolving and changing, I think you might need to sit back and evaluate why that is. Because you're never going to be done learning, like ever. It doesn't matter how many books you read, it doesn't matter how long you've been doing witchcraft, how long you've been in this practice, how long you've just been doing all this stuff. You should always be learning more. There's always more information to learn. There's always different opinions to, take in consideration, more information that comes out. Even any kind of channeling messages you get from your spirit guides, from deities, energy, all that. You're always learning. So let your path change and evolve with all the information that you learn. Don't feel stuck or that you have to stay into one belief because you said, oh, well, this is what I am, so this is what I have to be. Like I said, how many things I've went through. I've said, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do this, and now I'm here. Okay, I think my rambling is done. I didn't write any notes down, so everything's just coming off the top of my head. So if it's a rambly mess, I don't know. I guess this me writing notes down makes it more robotic, so I kind of just go off the top of my head. I mean, I feel like if I do a video that's going to be more informational and I want to hit certain facts, then yes, I will write a little notebook down, have it somewhere. But this is more just a talking, opinion piece, what have you. So I'm going to stop rambling now, and I'll see you next Wednesday. Bye!